Hi, my name is Merlin. Today I'm going to talk about what I learned today. Actually, I was not learning something, able to learn because I was because the thing is that I was trying to learn Rust. The reason I trying to learn Rust is Rust programming language is because I wanna make my own operating system. So there's like PinTOS, which is like kind of course to make operating system. But the thing is that they're doing C. They're like teaching C to make a operating system. But I was like, why don't I use Rust? Because Rust is kind of because like learning some kind of language is it's kind of hard. And I think that has to be practical in some kind of other way. I'm a front end developer, so learning Rust will be more valuable than learning C. So I was like trying to learn Rust, but the thing is that I really focus on Rust language. So that is really bad. So don't you don't try to master the language. So you don't try to master language. You just build something with it and use that language, learn something. So I was trying to read Rust documents and like take time of it, and I find out that that's not useful. So tomorrow will be gonna be different. I'm just gonna try to just digging about operating system and how to utilize it with the Rust programming language. So that would be great. So I think like here I'm gonna read this kind of stuff. Yep, I'm gonna read this or so, and I'm just gonna also learn about like PinTOS thing, like or so like that. So like this is it, but sorry I'm just gonna try to talk about more about this. So I'm just gonna talk about what I learned here now. So important thing. So hold on, my obsidian is taking so long. So the thing is that why we have to learn operating system like that, because everything is correlated to the operating system. Like example, browser. So what is a browser? We are front-end developer, so we are making web page, right? But the our users is one who use the browser and open our website. So and what is a browser? Browser is application. So when we click application, it became a process. So it's running, right? So that's called process. Process is like kind of program is running, but there's like program is just like a list of instructions. So and the thing about process is really vague and abstract. There's so many things because in the process model, if you look at the process model, there's like resource grouping and execution. So what I mean resource grouping is like address space and some kind of like let's kind of relate to the hardware thing. But the execution is the one who's doing the thread. So thread is doing execution. So you have to understand what is thread and some kind of process. So that's kind of how it goes. But the inside the browser, there's like a lot of process. There's a browser process, right? Browser process, and render process. So mainly it just like I know there's some kind of lot of process, and mainly it just doing these are the one who makes the like key to makes the website to make the view. So browser process is just like handles about like also UI thing or also network thing. Example. Let me draw it the diagram for you. Example, this is a browser process. Inside the browser process, there are UI thread. So thread. Actually, UI thread is the main thread of the browser process. So you have to understand just UI main thread, UI thread, and network thread. Network. So I know there's a lot of threads here. Like I think there's 3 or more, but I really forgot it because I think that's kind of not necessary. Wait, I'm just gonna move this to here. So that's perfect. So what is UX thread? UX thread is like the one who takes responsible for the UI. Example, you are trying to put you're trying to type something on the address bar of the browser, and browser will parse your input and validate it is URL or just a keyword. If it's URL, and if user clicks enter, you're just gonna use a DNS lookup to get the IP address. I know DNS lookup is takes so many times to like explain. There's like there's DNS reservoir and there's TLD and there's cache on the browser and there's like so many flow of it. I'm just gonna skip it. So and after that, after receiving an IP address, so network sorry is the one who takes the right like network, right? One who like DNS lookup like thing. And when you get it, it also when it so because why we need IP address is because we don't know our web page come from. The web page is not in your phone. Web page is kind of something else because you are requesting some kind of resource, right? Because HTML, CSS, image file, something like that. But the thing is that we are requesting this resource, and the server will just gonna respond to dedicate to the request. So we have to find out where is the server because we have to make a request. And if you don't know the IP address of it, the location of it, we can't make a request, right? So we just have to find out the IP address, and that is why there's a certain kind of DNS lookup thing. And now, after getting the IP address, and of course also request HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? So when you receive the core resources like HTML, and it talks to the UX thread, talks to the network thread, talks to the UX thread, that is ready. And there's a render process, right? Render process is a different process. So render in the render process, and there's like main thread. And there's a main thread, and the main thread is the one who draws the web page. I know there's a lot of things. I think there's parsing, like there's a parsing, like parsing JS and construct the DOM. What else? Like it was styling layout. So I forgot it. So by the way, and main thread is the one who do the thing, and we have a UI thread talks to the main thread. That we just receive the HTML, and you are responsible to draw the web page based on the HTML, and it sends to it. But how it sends to it, process is different. We have isolated process, but how are we doing it? Because we can do it via IPC, which is inter-process communication, because our operating system separates the process because the process cannot intercept other process. Example, if your web page, your web page tab, each tab has their own process. If this process can give effect to the other process, other tab, it will be so much security issue of it. And I know there's a lot of issue of it, but we just skip it. That high goes and main thread is the one who draws the web page, and this is also why JavaScript is single threaded language. I know there is like what else? There's a thread called, I forgot the word. I think there was thread, main thread. I forgot it. Not socket. I forgot the word. Main thread. Oh, worker thread. Yeah, worker thread. So worker thread is the one who can execute JavaScript on their separate thread, because thread and each thread has their own stack. So which means that it can run the task, but the main thread cannot give effect to the worker thread. But the also thing is that so JavaScript is a like multi-threaded language, but no, it's not. It's just worker thread. It's just hyper thread, not just individual thread that makes some kind of logic. It's just a helper thread. So JavaScript is single threaded. Worker thread can make their own, can execute JavaScript, but to work the worker thread, it should send the JavaScript logic into main thread, and that is the worker thread is part of main thread. If you look at the logic of it, so this is how it goes. So this is why we have to learn about operating system, and everything is related. If you're trying to dig very hard, everything is related. And so I think I want to really master operating system, but I don't know how to do. I think building OS will be the best. And with Rust, it's gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be hard. So I don't know what to do. I think I'm just gonna start it by tomorrow. So yesterday and yesterday was just kind of playing. I was not used to like life without job, because I'm not I'm employed because I'm a student. But I worked on the company, also contract worker. So I was like, I don't know how to do it, like the thing of it. So this is it. This is like, so tomorrow I'm just gonna talk about what is operating system, or like and the theory thing. Yeah. So bye bye.